For this week's beginners class, we're going to be working on a few things. We're going to go over some of our basic punches, go over some of the details, and work on some higher level skills within our punches. In addition to that, we're going to go over some of our basic blocking skills, which are super important for you in terms of getting promoted, getting those little technical things, right? And then we got to talk about our challenge this month, and we're wrapping that up. And we do have a couple weeks to still get that done, but let's get started with class with some warm-ups, and we'll take it from there. All right, before we get started with most of class, we're going to do our warm-ups, right? Warm-ups are important to keep our body healthy and strong, right? So this is going to be a 4-part warm-up. Every move that we're doing, we're going to do for about 30 seconds, right? So we're going to start off in a fighting stance. We're going to have one leg in front, one leg in back. It really doesn't matter which one it is, right? You're going to be doing a lead hook and then a backhand cross, right? Now, the big thing that we're looking for as you do this is that you're turning your feet, right? It doesn't have to extend your arm fully, right? But we want to churn our body, start to warm up our core and our legs. My feet are turning, you can hopefully see that, right? My shoulders are turning, my hips are turning, right? The one thing that's not turning really is my head. I try and keep that straight forward. Other things to think about is, basic stuff like keeping your hands up, right? But the most important part is the turning to help you get you loosened up, right? So now we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna switch to the other side, 30 seconds, lead hook, backhand cross, lead hook, backhand cross. Now, as you're doing a warm-up, it's important to breathe. Get your body used to breathing in, breathing out, right? Raise your body temperature a little bit. That's literally what you're doing when you're doing a warm-up. Gotta raise that body temperature a little bit. In and out, in and out. Almost done with this part of the warm-up. I got 2 more after this. Okay, next part of the warm-up, we're going to do some crawl-outs, right? I'm going to cut in some different views of this, but basically all you're going to do is you're going to squat down, you're going to crawl out to a push-up position, you do 1 push-up, you crawl yourself back, and you stand up with a tiny hop, right? We're going to do that for 30 seconds. Ready, set, and go. Squat down, crawl out, get your body nice and straight and flat, bend down for your push-up. Now, if you need to put your knees down when you do your push-up, that's okay, right? The important thing is you get that full range of motion, right? So if I put my knees down, still get the benefit, pick my knees back up so I can crawl, get back up. And if you need to, you can even skip the push-up. Makes it a little bit easier. You can crawl out, right? And then just crawl back and do that little hop. All right, so that's 30 seconds. Last warm-up move that we're gonna do, we're going to do some snowboard hops, right? Snowboard hops are a lot like ski jumps, only I go forward and back as compared to ski jumps where you go side to side. So we're going for 30 seconds. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Ready, set, and go. I'm starting to breathe a little bit. That's good. That's what a warm-up should do. Right? You can shake out your arms if you want. Right? Tiny hops. Right? Make sure you have your feet underneath you. And they're pretty close together. You can see that when I turn. Right? My feet pretty close. Right? A few more seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and that's time. All right, we're all done with our warm-ups. Let's get ready for the regular part of the class. Okay, do you want a powerful block? I'm sure you do. Everybody wants to be powerful, strong, defend myself. Yeah, it's great. How you set your hand is going to be very important for developing that power. Now, you're going to find that there's always something that you, in many situations, there are things that you have to do before you can do something else, right? Like, I brush my teeth before I go to bed, right? I wash my hands before I eat dinner, right? I put on my socks before I put on my shoes, okay? And when we set our hands before we do our block, it's going to help us to generate more power. So we're going to go through all of our blocks. We're going to talk about how they set. All right, so first of all, you're going to get into your horse stance. And remember, I'll be mirroring, so when I say left hand, I'll be using my right, so it kind of matches up for you. Here we go. Ready? First thing we're going to do is we're going to end up doing a high block. Okay, and then we're going to do another high block. But before we do that, we have to set our hands. So to set our hands, we're going to bring our arms kind of like we're giving ourselves a hug. And our palms are going to face towards each other just like this. Okay, so palms facing each other, but they're fists. And then the hand that's on the bottom shoots up and the hand that's on the top comes back to the chamber. So let's just do that 3 times. Set your hands kind of like you're giving a hug, and then high block. All right, let's try it again. Set your hands like you're giving a hug, high block. 2 more. Set your hands, high block. 1 more. Set your hands, high block. Okay, good. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Our palms point towards each other like they could clap, right? The hand that's on the bottom shoots up to do a high block. Ready? Set, block, set, block. 1 more time. Set, block. Okay. So those are the set and then the go of a high block. And you can do it a little bit more fluid, right? Or you can do it very linear. Either one is fine, as long as you kind of are in that place for a brief period of time. You actually, when you're doing your block, you don't like freeze for like 3 seconds. Like, I'm getting ready to block. I hope you're ready. No. But your hand does move in that path. And if you learn set, block kind of slow, you're on the right track. Next, we're going to do the middle block. The middle block is almost the same. All right, so we're going to be using this hand to block, your left hand. That hand is going to be on the bottom, just like it was before. But the difference is both hands point down now. Instead of pointing towards each other, they both point down. Close your fists and do a middle block. All right, so let's try that again. Set your hand. The hand that's on the bottom is about to do the block. 2 more. Set, block. 1 more. Set, block. Okay, let's do the other side, right? So hand that's going to do the block, this one, goes to the bottom, right? Palm points down. Other hand is on the top, palm points down. And block. Again, set, middle block. Set, middle block. 1 more, set, middle block. Okay. Now, simple trick for remembering like which hand goes where. Your hand basically sets opposite of where it ends up. So if it's going to end up on this side of your body, it sets on this side of your body. Right? When I'm doing my middle block, it's going to be on this side, it goes on that side. I'm doing a high block, it's going to end up high, it sets down low. Okay? It's kind of like a wind up and then the block, right? It gives us more power. Let's do crossbody block. Let's think about it. If it ends up here, where is it going to set? If it ends on this side, it sets on that side. Okay? This hand is going to be in the chamber, so it sets on this side. So I set, block. All right, let's try it again. Your thumb points towards your shoulder on this one, right? Both kind of point the same direction, and then you go across. Boom, crossbody block. 2 more. Set, crossbody block. 1 more. Set, crossbody block. Okay, other arm, because you got 2. Set, both are kind of on this side of our body, and then they both end up on this side of our body. Set and block. Set and block. 1 more. Set and block. Okay. 1 more block to do. Low block. Now let's think for a second. It's going to end up low. So where does it set? High or low? If you said high, good. If you said low, well, it's a good thing that you're in class. All right? So we set this hand up, kind of like we're covering a cough, right? And my hand is kind of like I could scratch my face, right? Though you shouldn't be touching your face. Right? Take your other hand, put it underneath, across your body, because it's going to end up coming here. And this hand shoots down, low block, right? So let's try it again. Cover your cough, cover your tummy, and low block. Cover your cough, cover your tummy, low block. 1 more time. Cover, cover. Boom. All right. We got 2 arms. We're doing the other one. It sets high. This covers our tummy. Boom. Cover your cough, cover your tummy, and block. Cover your cough, cover your tummy, and block. 2 more. Cover, cover, block. 1 more. Cover, cover, block. Great. All right. So we've seen them all. And if you need to pause and rewind or practice by yourself, go ahead. But we are going to keep moving on to doing all of them. Okay, we're going to do all of them. We're going to do it kind of 3 speeds. We're going to do really slow. Then we'll do kind of slow. And then 1 time, which will be kind of like promotion speed. Okay, so let's see how we do. All right, hands back. Ready? We're doing a high block with this hand, so it sets low. and then it comes up. And it sets low, and it comes up. Okay, next we have a middle block. So we set low, both palms point down here, right? Now like you could clap the other way. Makes like a weird clap, right? And middle block, other side, set both hands, palms pointing down, and middle block. Now we got crossbody block. We set both arms on one side of our body. They both end up on the other side of our body. Both arms set up on one side of our body, and they end up on the other side of our body. Right, now we got a low block, bring it up, like you're covering your cough. This one is kind of covering your tummy. Block down, other side, cover your cough, cover your tummy, and low block. Okay, so that was the super slow motion version. Hopefully you can do that. If you want to pause, practice a couple times, you can, but we're going to go on to like medium speed. Right now, if you're a white belt and you're doing it at this speed, it's not bad. You probably can get your yellow belt. Right? We're going to do the testing version in a minute, which is the yellow belt speed. All right, so good luck. Ready, set, 1, set, palms face each other, 2, set, palms point down, 3, set, palms point down, 4, I forgot, 5, oh, that's what I get for talking too much, set, 6, set, 7, bam, set, 8. Okay, so hopefully you're able to do that one. If you're able to keep up and you still set properly, really good sign. Otherwise, you may want to pause and review. But now we go to the, are you ready for an orange belt speed? Now, obviously, you got to be able to do this fast and right. If you can't do it correctly, it doesn't matter how fast you do it, it's still wrong. Right? So here we go. On your mark, get set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, you made it, I hope, right? Now, if you need to practice that, go ahead and do it. Pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving on to the next part of class. I want to talk today about our challenge and where we are as we're progressing through this month with regards to our challenge about listening the right way, right away, and then doing things without being told. I have people at all sorts of different stages. I have some people who are working on challenge 1, some people working on challenge 2, some starting to work on challenge 3. And what I want to do is just kind of go over a quick review of some of the things that people have already done and know where you're headed, right? So we know you have to earn your challenge in class. We're not going to go over that too much today. Once you've earned your challenge, you have to do things at home when your parents ask you to, and you just try and do it the right way, right away. I have a few of those things written down on this piece of paper, right? And there's a whole bunch of them, right? I have people who are taking care of their baby sister, right, or baby brother, I'm not sure which one, right? I've got people like getting ready for class, right? They're getting their uniform on, getting their belt on, turning off the TV, right? People helping around the house doing things like, we've got people vacuuming. We got people who are cleaning up, putting the dishes in the dishwasher, all sorts of stuff like that. Folding clothes, right? People taking care of themselves, brushing their teeth, showering, flossing, all those kinds of things. And there's a ton of them, right? A ton of them. And all those things are good things. And obviously you have to figure out which is the right one for you, which is really what stage 2 is about. Like picking something that's kind of right for you and doing it without being told. And we got people who've been doing that. And I've had some interesting results with people being responsible for something for their house, being responsible for something for themselves, right? And as you complete challenge 2, that's when you're going to get your pass to go to Parents' Night In, right? Which is kind of a fun night where you have like 2 hours where we just play a bunch of games with Sensei David, right? So hopefully you get to go to one of those because you finished challenge 2 in time. And then challenge 3 is picking some of those ideas I mentioned, like, oh, yeah, like I guess I could put the dishes away, right? Or maybe you can't watch your baby sister because you don't have a baby sister. So, like, who are you going to watch? Just like some random person's baby? Don't do that. That's creepy. People won't like that at all, right? But whatever it is that you choose to do, right, you look at some of those other examples that we're going to mention in class, right? So you're going to hear like, oh, well, that kid, they're helping out with the dishes. That kid is folding the laundry. That kid's taking care of themselves and doing whatever they need to do, right? And then you pick one of those things that you can take on without your parents even necessarily asking you to do it. Or maybe they've asked you to do it, but not recently, right? Though it is a good idea to ask them if it's a good idea, right? So you might say, hey, Mom, what would you think about me taking out the garbage, right? And your mom might say, that sounds like a great idea. Or she might say, no, it's not safe for you to take out the garbage. You got to do all these things. Not yet, right? Maybe not that, right? Right? Or you go to your dad and like, hey, Dad, how would you feel about me, I don't know, washing your car? And Dad might say, no, that's silly. Let's not do that. And you might say, well, how about I help you to wash the dishes? Okay, that sounds great, right? So talk to your parents and come up with an idea for something you could do to make the house a little bit happier, a little bit healthier, a little bit, just more joyful during this interesting time, right? And when you complete challenge 3, that's when you'll get your special shirt. The thing about this shirt is you can only get it by earning it, right? Just like you can only get into Parents Night In by earning it. You can't get there by saying, Mom, could you please call Sensei Jeff and ask him nicely for me to go? Or could you order me that shirt? I really want it. I'm just going to cry if you don't give it to me. That's not how it works. You got to earn it. So hopefully you guys are moving through your challenges and demonstrating that you're a responsible person who deserves to be rewarded, right? By listening the right way, and then taking on challenges and doing it without even being asked, right? And if you can do that, I guarantee you, if you learn this activity now or you learn this skill now, you're going to be better at anything that you want to be good at, right? Better at baseball, better at video games, whatever it is, right? So everybody, great job. Let's keep moving on to the next part of class. All right, we're going to review 4 main punches that we're going to be doing, which is a jab, a cross, a lead hook, and a backhand uppercut, right? Those tend to be the 4 most common punches that we're going to be throwing in class, and self-defense and things like that. So we're going to go over them. We're going to go over some of the hand details to make sure you know the little things, right? Like where does your elbow go, where's your hand go, in order to really feel good about these strikes. So we're going to start off with our jab, right? As we do our jab, we start off in our fighting stance. We have our hands up by our face right now. If you look at it from the side, you can see one of my hands is a little bit in front of my face. One hand is close to my face. That's kind of what we want. They start up by our chin or our cheek, not down by our chest, right? So that's basic for pretty much every punch that you're going to do. When you do your jab, the thing I want you to focus on today is that your elbow goes up, not that your elbow goes out, right? So see the difference between this and that, right? That's one of the things that we're going to look for as we evaluate someone for stripes. So let's see your jab. We're going to just punch straight ahead. We're doing 10 together. Ready? 1, 2, make sure that elbow goes up. 3, 4. Now there are things going on with your legs. 5, but we're not really focusing on that right now. 6, we're focusing on, does your elbow go up? 8, 9, 10. Good. And switch your legs to the same basic idea. Make sure it comes up. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now, there are a couple of reasons why we want our elbow to come up. It's in a better defensive position for a longer period of time. It's still defending through this range of motion. As soon as it comes out here, we're exposed, right? It's also harder to see it starting, right? This is much easier to see if you're facing me in a sparring match or something like that than this is, right? This is hard to perceive. This is easy to perceive. So you don't want to have your elbow flare out as you throw your jab. Now we're going to throw our cross. When we throw our cross, we're going to just make sure it goes straight and it comes back. So many people follow through down, right? Or they let their hand kind of wobble down. We don't want that. We want to come straight and straight, straight and straight. Let's do a few. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, turning your body. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to switch to use our other hand. I'm going to do these sideways so you get a different point of view of it, right? As I do my cross, I twist and I come back. 1, twist, come back. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn, show you from the other side. We're going to do 5 more. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now we're going to talk about our lead hook, right? Now, when you throw a lead hook, and this is true for both the lead hook and for the uppercut, it's important how much you wind up and how much you follow through. Now, winding up is basically like if you play any sports, like, oh, I wind up and then I throw, right? It's an important part of throwing. It's an important part of throwing a punch where it helps you to generate power, but you haven't thrown it yet, okay? And then the follow through is when after you let go of the ball, right? How much more does your body keep moving? Because you have momentum, right? There's a lot of physics there. If you don't understand, don't worry about it, okay? When I throw my hook, the first part is the wind up. I want to get my hand just either in front of my shoulder or slightly outside. So you can see it. When I'm here, I wind up about that much for my hook. Not this, right? You can see how there's this big gap between my shoulder and my hand where I really wind up, and this is more like a wild punch, and my arm gets pretty straight. I want to keep my arm pretty bent. So you see I wind up, my arm is tight to my body. If you look at it from here, it's pretty tight to my body. If you look at it from this side, pretty tight to my body, okay? So we wind up, and then when we throw our hook, our elbow basically stops in front of our face, okay? You don't want to go all the way through, right? That's too much of a follow through. We want to keep it pretty controlled. Here and stop, right? So we're going to do some lead hooks, wind up, and then stop your follow through right there. Now you'll notice I'm still looking forward. So let's do it again too. I don't let my head turn. Right? That's another little detail. I kind of keep my head on the target. Now we can do things where we move our head a little bit, but we don't want to turn our head away, right? So you can see that time I move my head a little bit, but I definitely am looking at you, and you should be looking at me. We're gonna do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, pretty good. Switch your legs, okay? Same basic concept, but I want to add in one little thing. When I throw my hook, you can see my arm is kind of like halfway out, right? If you look at my arm, it's bent that much. I do not want it to be too far, and I don't want it to be too close. We're not doing a really tight hook, and we're not doing a really wide out one. Kind of in the middle is where kind of our basic hook should be for you, right? So we set up in our fighting stance here and hook, right? I think I'm going to switch sides. I'm sorry. Ready? And wind up a little bit. Throw your hook. Wind up. Throw your hook. Keep going. Wind up a little bit. Stop your follow through. Again, elbows in front of your face, not too far. Ready? Let's do 5 a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going on to our backhand uppercut now. Last punch that we're really going to be doing today. When I do this backhand uppercut, how much does my hand drop down? Now, I see kids all the time do this big wind up. They come all the way down like they're trying to, I don't know, like they're throwing a softball underhand or something like that. I don't know what they're doing, right? And then they like throw way up in the air, sometimes even spin and jump like Mario or something, right? We don't want that, right? We want to come down to about here, and we come up to about here. What are the 2 heres there? First one, solar plexus. If you don't know where your solar plexus is, it's the part where if you touch the bone in the center of your chest and it goes down until it gets to that squishy part, that's your solar plexus, right? And then the top of your head is the second here. It goes up to about your forehead. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly that, but about that, right? So here we come down a little bit to about our solar plexus height, and then we come up to about our forehead height. You can see my face disappears. I'm still here though, right? So I'll turn a little bit so you can see the height better. Come down and come up. You can see that's about the same height as my forehead. Down and come up, about the same height as my forehead. Let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, switch your legs. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna be, again, at that same kind of an angle. Hopefully you can see how high it is, still see me, right? We come down a little bit, about as high as our solar plexus. We come up about as high as our forehead. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so those are 4 basic punches that we do really frequently in martial arts class together, right? The next thing that we might want to do is test this to see if you can do it under pressure, but just being able to do the basic pattern, reviewing that's important heading into like a pressure check. All right, we're going to check to see if you can do some of your punches maintaining form when we put something else in there to think about. That's one of the ways we create pressure. It's just making it harder in some way, have you think about something extra. And we're going to be working on our jab first. Now, when you do this, you're going to need something. Now, a few different things you could use. You could use like a plastic cup or a paper cup, right? You definitely would want to use something that if you drop it or smash it, you will not get upset. You want something that's pretty tough, but not like hard that it would hurt if you punched it, or it might break your wall, right? So plastic cup is a good one. Another thing you could use a plastic bottle, right? Something like a Poland Spring bottle, right? Hashtag ad, all right? Or something else like that. Whatever you're using though, make sure it's empty, right? If you get like a Coke bottle that's half filled and you start doing this, your house is gonna change colors pretty quick, okay? You could also use either a balled up pair of socks or some kind of a stuffed animal, or potentially even like a really squishy ball. Not like a baseball, right? Really squishy, right? Tennis ball probably is gonna be too hard to use. So something really squishy. So I'm gonna show you what the drill is gonna look like, and then you're gonna get to try it, right? So the level 1 of this drill is you take the thing, whatever the thing is, and you pinch it in your elbow like that. And that's kind of like a fighting stance, right? Now, if I do my jab the right way, which is my elbow goes up, this will shoot up in the air, and then I can catch it, right? So if I throw my jab, right, whoa, it got away. That's okay. Guess what? You're gonna drop it sometimes. Don't worry about it, right? You're here, you jab, it shoots up, right? You jab, it shoots, it got away. I told you, you're gonna drop it sometimes. Doesn't really matter. I'm switching to something else. I'm using my socks now, right? So let's try that. Your goal is to try and get 5 on each side that you catch. You're gonna drop some, don't worry about it, right? So set yourself up, got the sock in my arm, and go. Oh, I got 1. I got 2. I got 3. I got 4. I got 5. Now maybe you're ahead of me, awesome. I'm just gonna switch to something else just so you can see that it works with other things. All right, so I'm here, jab, had a harder time. And it is a little different as you switch to different things. Other things go up in the air, different speeds, different heights. I got 1 now. I got 2 now. Got 3. Got 4. Got 5. Okay, so hopefully you've been able to beat that level. If you haven't, you can pause this. Otherwise, we're gonna keep moving on to a slightly harder challenge, very similar. So, if you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, we're moving right now. Second version of the challenge. We're gonna do a jab and then an uppercut. What's it gonna look like? It's gonna look like this. I'm here, I can do a jab, uppercut, didn't catch, but that's okay. You don't have to catch it. If you do, bonus points. So you have to do your jab and then try and get your uppercut to hit it. One of the tricks about the uppercut, don't punch yourself in the face. You gotta punch out. I have seen students in regular classes not even doing this drill. They do the uppercut, boom. I'm like, oh, sensei, somebody hit me. It was some crazy kid, wasn't it? And they're like, yeah, I know who though. I'm like, I do. You punched yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Right? So we're gonna get to that. Right? Again, it's 5 uppercuts following the jab. Try not to let it fall out of your arm. If it's falling out, change it. Oh, I gotta turn it that way. Ah, that works better. Ready? 1, jab, uppercut. Catch for bonus points. Okay, ready? All right, I'm gonna switch to a cup because that water bottle is falling out of my hand. And again, I'm just trying to show you some of the different things. Jab, uppercut. Ooh, I caught it. Jab, uppercut. I caught it. Jab, uppercut. Woo! There you go. And again, if you drop one, don't worry about it. part of the fun. I'm going to switch to the other side. I've done this a few more times, so, maybe I can do it a little bit cleaner than you, but practice makes us better, right? Jab, uppercut, got away. Well, I have spare cups. I'll use my spare cups. Ready, and jab, uppercut. I got it. Let's keep at it, right? If you've gotten 5, you can stop and watch. Oh, that was a bad one. I don't like that one at all. Oh, slipped off again. Again, you're going to miss it sometimes. That's okay. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go on to the final challenge. Now, if you want to pause this, keep working on those, or if you just want to skip the final challenge, that's fine. This one's hard, right? This one is hard. We're going to do a jab, an uppercut, and then either another jab or a lead hook. You get to pick, okay? Doesn't matter to me which one you do. You will not be able to catch it afterwards, though, right? So it's going to be jab, uppercut, jab. It's going to go flying across the room, right? Or you can do jab, uppercut, hook, go shooting over there, okay? We're going to do this for about a minute together, and then we'll wrap it up. You can practice as much as you want to, but jab, uppercut, and either lead hook or lead jab. Your hands take turns, right? So let's get started. I set up in my arm, jab, uppercut, hook. I'll use the bottle. The bottle's right at my feet. I'll use the bottle again, right? Jab, uppercut. I didn't get it. That's going to happen, right? We talked about that. Maintain your composure. Jab, uppercut, hook. All right, I got that one. I'm going back to the sock, right? Put it in my arm. Jab, uppercut. Oh, I didn't get it. I want to try the sock again, right? I can do better than that. Jab, uppercut. Maybe I can't do better than that. That's okay, right? I'm going to switch to the other side, though, just for some variety. Jab, uppercut, hook. I got a piece of it. I don't feel great about it, but I'm going back to the cup for a second. It makes more satisfying noise. Ready? Jab, uppercut, hook. Oh, takes a lot of accuracy, a lot of timing. We're going one more. Last one. Good luck. Jab, uppercut, hook. There you go. All right, everybody. So you can practice that as long as you want, as long as you're not breaking your house, right? We're going to keep moving on to the next part of class. All right, folks, it's time to work on some dodging. And really, there's nothing that I find makes a student want to dodge more than trying to hit him with a sword. So I'm going to try and hit you with a sword today, right? So what we're going to do is pretty simple. I can swing 3 different ways. One, I can swing like this, straight down. When I swing straight down, you got to dodge to the side, right? You got to move out of the way so I don't chop you in half, okay? Second thing, I can swing high up at your head. When I swing up high, you better duck down nice and low, right? Otherwise, you're going to get a haircut, right? Right? Well, you might need a haircut, but that's okay, right? I need a haircut, right? And the last thing is, I got to try and chop at your foot, like that. And if I do, you've got to jump over the sword, right? So we're going to practice. I'm going to attack you a few different times, right? We're going to start just chopping straight down. Make sure you dodge out of the way. Dodge out of the way. Okay. Get ready to duck. Ready, duck. And duck. And of course, get ready to jump, jump, and jump. Okay. So that's enough practice. I'm going to attack you for 1 minute. I want you to dodge for the full minute without me hitting you, right? Hopefully, you're pretty quick. Got to be pretty focused for this. If you're not paying attention, I might get you because I'm sneaky. Ready? Set. Let's hit some kids with a sword. Hope you're watching. Because if you're not watching, I might come get you with the sword. Oh, we gotta be fast. That was 2 in a row. Good. Be quick. Be quick. Going for a full minute. Keep moving. Stay focused the entire time. Stay focused. Be quick. Don't get hit with a sword. Don't get hit with a sword. Don't get hit with a sword. That's a good motto in life, right? Some things that are good ideas, not getting hit with a sword. is pretty much always a good idea. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh, be quick now. Be quick now. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. Time's almost up. Oh boy. All right, time. All right, so good job today in class, folks. I look forward to seeing you soon. Keep up the good work.